Fuck, man. Okay, welcome to the stream. We're doing a Let's Play episode 2 of God of War. Made a little bit of progress since the last time I streamed. With Atreus and whatever this bitch's name is.
Welcome to Alfheim, gentlemen. Think you can spot the light? I can barely see it. Something's wrong. See that
Something's
column of
very
light on the
wrong.
horizon? It's housed in the heart of a ring temple. We'll find what we need there. No. No. Damn it, not yet.
What's happening?
To restore the Bifrost magic, you must step into the light. But be very careful not to get caught.
She's not dead. Is she?
Not likely. Come.
Look at this place.
Give me a second, I'm
Stay
getting a
by
call
me.
from work.
Touch nothing.
Okay.
She's probably not coming back, is she?
Hello? What? Alright, 1 second. Coworker has a story she wants to tell me. Can I put you on speakerphone so my brother can get some entertainment?
That giant light shaft out there.
Okay, what's up?
So last night, me and this guy I'm seeing are hanging out at the marina, right?
Okay.
And we're just.
I can't even hear anything.
We're not doing anything. Like, we're just talking in our car, and this car pulls up on us, and it's some teenage kids, and they're being fucking stupid. We're just ignoring them, right? And then they start like yelling at us, like, "Rah, rah, rah," like, don't fucking do that. Like, what are you doing? And we're just sitting there, we're ignoring them, and then they get up like on the car, like in our windows, and they're like, what are you doing, kid? She's a fucking minor. And then, like, something in me snapped. And I was like, I'm gonna go.
Something inside of me just
And so I got out of the
snapped.
car and I rocked him in the face. And then I've never been in a fight, so I didn't know what to do after. But then he started hitting me. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't think he would hit me back.
Okay, Kennedy. Let me just put it this way, okay? Now, listen, I'm not gonna run up to someone's random car and say some shit like that, but like, if we were in an altercation and you punched me, I'm definitely punching you back, okay? Because the philosophy of the male brain is you're female and you don't want to be hit. We're not supposed to hit girls. But then again, we're only supposed to hit back if we got hit first, okay? I'm not gonna stand there and get beat up. I'm not saying it was right for them to hit you. I wouldn't have hit you. I would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But
But it was the
Listen,
like,
it is never right for the man to hit the woman first.
to get hit back. Like,
Okay, if a man just walks up to a woman,
but, like, I hit him
starts a
once,
problem, and then swings,
and then
that's a
he was like,
fucking
"Oh,
problem.
God."
But if a woman approaches a man and
So-
causes issues and swings first, I have every right to defend myself.
yeah, if a woman swings first, I got every right to defend myself. Did the guy you were with, did he do anything or?
He beat the shit out of them.
Well, how many of them were there?
3.
He fought 3 dudes. There's no way he fought 3 dudes and walked away from that.
Yeah, he's fine, and he's a big guy. He's like really tall and he's bulky, and these kids were literally like twigs.
Okay, that's a different story.
Yeah, and then he told me to leave because I was all pissed off, and so I left. And apparently, after I left, they all just sat and talked it out, and they apologized to me. And I
Kennedy, what the fuck?
And I needed to tell someone because I haven't told anyone except for my sponsor and my mom, and I was like crying. But I woke up this morning and my face all hurts and it's all swollen, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, what am I doing?
It's gonna be swollen for a day or two, and then it'll go down. And then you'll
I know.
probably, I'm not gonna lie, you'll probably have some fat bruising, but
But now I feel so stupid and like embarrassed. Like, I've never been in a fight
well,
or hit anybody.
now that I got you on the, now, yeah, I've been in a couple fights. I've listen, like me and my twin, we went to an all black school before. It, it wasn't, it was not a fun time for us. It was not a fun time. But now that I got you on the phone, I'm gonna just tell you why I'm not covering shifts for CC anymore. I'm not doing it. She went to door. Okay, listen. Okay, don't repeat this, and it'll probably get back out, and I'm basically sewing my own coffin here. But she went to Dorothy and told Dorothy not to trust me because apparently I go to Sarah and tell Sarah everything that goes on.
I do that.
I told Cece and Dorothy, I was like, we've got like 10 cameras in the store. I was like, when Sarah pulls up and asks me if someone was late and how late they were, I was like, if I lie, I was like, she's going to go watch the cameras anyways. I was like, she's going to see that not only I lied, but whoever was supposed to work didn't show up. I was like, and then I look bad. And so Cece went and told everybody that I apparently snitched to Sarah about everything that goes on, which isn't true, but whatever. And what has me mad about that is Cece only works 2 days a week, and even then, she doesn't even work the 2 days because she gets coverage. I came in the other day and saw Sarah working. Sarah was working till 5 on one of her shifts because I guess Cece claimed she was sick, so she couldn't watch Dorothy's kids, so Dorothy couldn't come into work. So Sarah stayed from open to 5, and then I came in at like 5 or 6 or something, and then closed. And I just told Sarah, I was like, I don't understand. I was like, Trey works full time. I was like, and they're on low income housing. I was like, so their rent is literally like $300-400. I was like, she doesn't have to work. I was like, he works all the time. He pays the bills. I'm frustrated because I was like, you punished me for not showing up or getting coverage. I was like, but then we hire or have people hired on that don't come in. I was like, Cece won't cover for me anymore because she claims she can't come in. I was like, but then Cece wants to text me at 10 o'clock in the morning asking if I can go work for her instead. And then she knows what she said because in her text she says, look, I know you're not happy with me. I know you probably don't want to, but can you work for me on Sunday? And I was like, no, I can't. Sorry. And I told Sarah because Sarah called me out and she was
The
like,
fact that she has the nerve to still ask.
right. Like she has the nerve to still ask, Mark. And I told Sarah because she was like, "What's with your attitude problem the last couple of weeks?" And she's like, "What's up with you saying I know how everybody feels and this and that?" I was like, "Because Cece went and told everybody that I'm apparently a snitch." And Sarah had no clue.
I'll be right back.
Okay, Mark. And so I told Sarah, that's why I don't want to cover for nobody except for like Dorothy. I was like, because Dorothy's got like 5 kids and Cece made her homeless. I was like, apparently she told Dorothy that they could stay there and this and that. I was like, and I was like, Dorothy was only there for like a day, and Cece was going up on her when Trey would leave and being like, yo, so when are you gonna leave? It's been this, da 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 da. I got family coming over. I was like, I just don't know how to feel about it. I was like, I went to her house, ate dinner, tried to fix their PlayStation, did a bunch of stuff. I was like, she gave me weed. I was like, but then told everybody I'm a snitch. I was like, I don't like that. I was like, I don't appreciate that. I was like, I just don't want to cover shifts anymore. And then she was like, well, what's up with you about closing? And I was like, I'm not supposed to close, Sarah. I was like, I don't have a car. It blew up. I was like, it's winter time. I was like, so you know it's gonna snow and it's freezing out. I was like, it's 30 degrees by the time I leave work. I was like, when I
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. Why are you closing?
because Dorothy is homeless and staying in a shelter, so she has to be in by 9 o'clock. She has a curfew. Cece, what?
You staying at a shelter? I thought she was staying with Cece.
That's what she was supposed to be doing, but Cece was pressing her every time Trey left, so Dorothy took her kids and just got out of there.
That sucks.
And the only reason I sympathize with I sympathize with Dorothy because she's literally in the same situation my mom and I was in when we moved up here. She's got a bunch of kids. She was told she could stay with somebody, and now she can't stay with them, and so she's homeless. I know exactly what she's going through, living out of her car, being in a homeless shelter, having a curfew. So with Dorothy, I just told her, I was like, if you're late, let Sarah know, let me know. I was like, I'm not even going to sweat it no more. But that's because of Cece. And my thing is Cece only works 2 days a week, but even then, she asks for coverage and doesn't come in, and Sarah's forced to work. So when I woke up one morning, it was like a couple of days. It was like last Sunday, whatever last Sunday shift was for her. She texted me and she was like, Kennedy can't do it, this and that. She was like, I know you really don't want to. She's like, but can you cover for me? And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm going to tell you what everybody else has told me. If you can't find coverage, you still need to show up. You need to work your shift.
But I did cover for her last Sunday, didn't I?
I-
Yeah, 'cause I was super.
I don't know what happened. All I know is one day I walked in and Sarah was working until like 5 o'clock in the fucking afternoon.
Oh, that might have been like 2 Sundays ago or something. Cause I couldn't do it. I was working.
I know, but that's my point. But like Cece never came in. Sarah was just forced to work, and Sarah's getting frustrated with me because I cover a lot of shifts. I just kind of come in and cover, but I don't want to anymore. You know, I've jumped around from opening to mid shift to now I'm a closer. And I told Sarah, I was like, I'm not even gonna cap Kennedy. I had a conversation with Sarah, and I was like, well, these are my conditions. I was like, because I gotta walk home in the cold. I want 30 hours and I want like 5 nights a week. And she was like, well, I can't take days away from Richard. And I was like, Richard has a roofing job that he does during the week. I was like, Richard's always talking about how this job is just like fun for him. This is chump change. That this doesn't like pay his bills. I was like, what the fuck? And so I got 30 hours, but it's only 4 nights, but it's 30 hours a week, so it's 60 hours a paycheck, and I get Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. And I no longer open at all.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and the thing is I work this now, and I still get asked by CC to cover shit. I just won't do it. I just won't do it.
Oh, okay. Now I get it a little more. I wasn't like mad or anything. I was just reaching out. I was like, I really don't feel good. Like, I don't think I should go in, but I went in and made it work. It was fine.
And like when you asked, I was really torn because like it's just how I feel towards CC, and it's really hard for me to get. I just don't like being invited into someone's home, eating dinner with them, and then having her go and tell Sarah or you guys that I'm a fucking snitch, and I go to Sarah and rat on everything, and that's not the case. That's not true. Even if you and I or whoever, I was like, because I told Sarah, I was like, I know you come in and you like you'll ask Kennedy about Dorothy, or you'll ask Dorothy about Richard, or you'll ask me about Dorothy. I was like, you ask us about each other. I was like, it's not just like you coming up to one person trying to get all the tea. I was like, and if Cece thinks that, I was like, then she's kind of stupid. I was like, because I know, I was like, the cameras, I was like, I was like, I know damn well you come and ask us first because you would rather take our word for it than have to go watch the camera to figure out the truth.
Yeah, and like it's very like if Sarah asks, I'm gonna say something, but it's never like I'm calling Sarah and
Right.
like
That's what I told Cece. I was like, I don't ever volunteer information. I was like, but if Sarah comes in and asks me, well, how late was Cece to her shift? And your ass was 2 hours late, and I go and say, oh, she was only 5 minutes late. It wasn't nothing. It was no big thing. I was like, and then Sarah decides to go watch the camera and sees that you were 2 hours late, and I lied. I was like, then we're both in trouble. I was like, and I'm not doing that.
yeah. So it makes sense that you're like being honest and yeah, I don't know.
So
She's funny.
Yeah, Dorothy ended up telling like Dorothy feels because Cece went and was like, "Hey, don't trust Teddy because he tells Sarah everything, yada yada yada." But then don't tell Teddy I said that. She was like, I think Cece's is like trying to. She's like, no, Cece's trying to start shit. And I was like, well, I was like, that's really fucked up. I was like, because I was like, I covered a lot of shifts for Cece. I was like helping her out. I was like really friendly. I don't know why people do that. I was like, that's fucked up. And then I explained it to Sarah. I was like, I just don't want to cover shifts for her anymore because of what she said. And Sarah was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, apparently I'm a snitch. Apparently I'm a snitch. I tell you everything, and I can't be trusted. And Sarah was like, okay. And I was like, yeah. I was like, so that's why I behave the way that I behave now, and I'm not covering no more, and I don't talk in a group chat, and this and that. And that's why I told Sarah, I was like, a long time ago, I was like, I know you saw it. I was like, I put in the group chat, I was like, if you got any more questions about somebody that isn't you, stop asking me. Go ask them yourself. And Yeah, and I told Sarah, I was like, because now I was like, everybody just comes up in here and they're like, well, you said this and you said that, and I was like, well, no, so and so came in and asked me a bunch of questions. I explained it from my point of view. They went to you and said, well, Teddy was talking shit. No, you were talking shit and asking questions.
You were just conversating.
You know, like because I always think everybody's my best friend. You know, that's why I talk to Sarah or Cece, even though I'm kind of weird with Sarah because of how I kind of have an attitude problem. Or when Dorothy and I had a confrontation because Cece went and told Dorothy I was talking shit, which wasn't the case. Cece was the one telling her, "Well, I know Dorothy comes up in here and steals and takes stuff and da 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 this," and Cece was the one saying that. Cece is the one that outright said Dorothy likes to steal, and she went and told Dorothy that I said that. And I remember having a conversation with Cece, and I just called her out, and I was like, "No," I was like, "You went and told Dorothy that I said she was stealing." I was like, "Those words never came out of my mouth. They came out of yours. You said to me, Dorothy steals for her kids." I was like, "Don't fucking," I was like, "Don't switch it around now." And then Cece was like, "Well, you didn't have to fucking say anything." I was like, "I didn't. You went home and told Trey." I was like, and then Trey went and told Dorothy. I was like, and then when Dorothy came in and said something, you told her what was said, and then she came into the gas station to the counter and was like, "So why you talking shit saying I'm stealing?" So
The only thing that like bothers me that Dorothy does is smokes weed in the parking lot.
it is what it is. I mean, so like okay, so like sometimes I smoke weed before I come into work. You know, I can't. I mean, it kind of makes me a hypocrite to try and say something, but I mean, like, I don't smoke weed right out in the parking lot. I don't bring it to work. I don't have like a dab pen or anything like that. I smoke before I come in, and it's just like a bong rip or two, and then I come into work.
Well, and that's not even the problem. Like, I don't care if you're coming in high, but do it in your own area. Don't
Right.
like that's what bothers me. And she's like letting her kids hit it, and I'm like, I don't fuck with that.
I don't believe in kids smoking weed either. Despite popular beliefs, I don't believe in kids having weed.
No, I don't because it psychologically messes with your brain chemistry. Like there's
Oh,
like
it does a lot more than that. When you smoke, when
Hey.
you what Mark?
I'm taking a dab real quick.
Okay. But when you smoke, it hinders the development of your brain. Marijuana does underdevelop the brain when it's not finished like growing.
yeah, that's what I'm getting. It stunts your brain development.
And the thing is the brain I think men, the brain doesn't stop actually growing until you're 25.
Yes.
Women, I can't remember if it's sooner or later, but women it's a different age.
Dude, it's your prefrontal cortex.
Yeah.
I learned about it in rehab.
And if you smoke marijuana at the age of 15 or 16, you definitely are going to be a little slower.
Yeah, because I've done a shit ton of drugs. I'm a little slower. I'm a little dumb.
I'm not going to lie. I started smoking at like 14, 15, and I have to admit, yes, cognitively speaking, I'm not retarded. Obviously, I'm not an airhead, but it does take my brain a few more seconds and a little bit more synapses firing off to get an answer to come out than someone else who doesn't smoke weed.
Well, I was actually researching this yesterday because I did a lot of heroin, and I like for so long I was wondering why I'm so forgetful, why I can't like remember simple little tasks I was doing or simple little things people said to me. Like I could not remember them for the life of me. It was because I did a bunch of heroin.
Okay.
It's because I did a bunch
What
of
is
heroin.
that?
Yeah, and I like forgot. I was like, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, she was like, you're just so forgetful. You don't
That
remember
stuff's
things.
strong.
Like, not nagging me, but just kind of like mentioning it. And I was like, Mom, I think it was the heroin. And she was like,
I think you
Oh,
killed
side effects. Gotta love them.
right? And
Look
like
up there.
that's your brain's redeveloped.
But it'll never be.
Not
Your
our
brain will never
concern,
be what it
boy.
was.
Focus.
No.
Unfortunately. Damn, there's dead bodies everywhere, man. What the fuck?
Are you playing video games?
Yeah. You called me in the middle of streaming God of War.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, you're good. You're good. I had to let you know about CC anyways. That's why I just.
Boy,
And I don't think that, like, I don't
what does it say?
think we're gonna be calling you this much because
Something about an
other jobs,
eternal war for the life.
it's hard with calls.
I don't get it.
Yeah,
Both
I
sides are
I get
evil.
it. That's
Why not just share?
that's another big reason.
You
There's
will find it a common cause
customers
for
come in
war.
and they ask because they'll make comments about how they see me all the time now and how I've gone from working opening to mid to close, and they asked me about it, and I was like, well, I was like, really, I'm aside from Sarah, I was like, I'm the only one available, truth be told. I was like, and don't take this the wrong way, I was like, but Kennedy, I was like, Kennedy don't want to work here no more. I was like, and I get it, I understand why.
They keep murdering the widows.
I was like, Dorothy is in a situation now where she has to be in before 9. I was like, I don't want to talk about it because, like, random customers, I don't want to spill everybody's beans. I was like, but she's got a 9 o'clock curfew for a certain reason. I was like, so she can't close anymore. I was like, she also really can't work because she's got to deal with her kids going to school and she's got to pick them up for events. They want to do extracurricular stuff. I was like, Sarah's tapped out. I was like, Sarah's maxed out on hours. She physically can't do anymore. I was like, Richard's got a roofing job that he does during the week, so he only works Fridays and like weekends and stuff. And I was like, Cece, I was like, Cece don't want to work. I was like, not to put her business out there. I was like, but Trey, her boyfriend works full time, and they're on low income housing, so their rent's only like several $100s. I was like, she's scheduled for 2 days a week on Saturday and Sunday, and I was like, and most of the time she don't even come in for that.
Yeah, and I feel bad because when I was like on schedule there, I was you. Like I was the person they'd call in. And like to be fair, I put it out there because I was just trying to work away my sadness. I put it out there like if you need me, call me. Like I'll be here.
Right.
But I was just young and available. Like,
And
I just didn't have any
I
obligation.
think Sarah kind of either anticipates or expects me to be the same way, to be like you, to just be readily available, or to just pick up the slack that nobody else wants, or whatever the case may be. And I just won't. I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
You know, I as a 24-year-old should not be the one in that position. The people that are older than me who have had more time around and know what they're supposed to be doing should be the ones in that position.
Yeah.
You know, and because like I came into the store yesterday and I was closing, and she was like, because we got a shipment, and she was like, I need you to stock the inventory. She's like, I need you to go in the cooler. She's like, you also need to do the 4 garbage cans, and she was like, and crush the cardboard that's in the back room. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, but that's not my cardboard. And she's like, yeah, but it needs to be crushed. And I was like, no, no, no. You pay me minimum wage, Sarah. I was like, we're told to clean up after ourselves. I was like, nobody cleans up after my mess. I was like, nobody crushes my cardboard. I was like, you'll text me at 6 o'clock in the morning saying, hey, you forgot some shit. I was like, whoever made that cardboard mess has to go clean it up. And she was like, well, I don't know who did it. And I was like, okay, well, let's do some deduction here. I was like, there's only 3 people that work today: myself, Dorothy, and you. I was like, so if I didn't do it and Dorothy didn't do it, and she's like, well, I gotta leave. I was like, I'm not cleaning up the cardboard, Sarah. I was like, that's not my mess. I was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, you. I was like, you stopped emptying the bucket of water at night. I was like, so now when I come in, I have a dirty mop bucket to like empty out. I was like, you said it was okay to leave that because you could do it in the morning. I was like, but then you left me a bucket full of water.
And closing's hard.
It is. Oh my god. And not to mention, so my first night closing, I didn't even know how to close. She just told me I was closing, and she's like, well, you did that one time with Max, right? And I was like, no, I got offered my job with Jeremy, and I went to work construction. I was like, I never did closing.
Yeah, because you were supposed to work it with me.
Exact. And she was like, so you've never closed? And I was like, no. And she's like, well,
Called me. Do you need help closing?
no, I got it. I got it now. I got the process now. But she was like, well, Teddy, she's like, I don't want to come in tomorrow and see cardboard. And I was like, you're going to come in tomorrow and see cardboard. I was like, that's not mine. I was like, I'm not, I leaned, because there was customers and I didn't want to say it like really loud. I was like, I'm not nobody's bitch, all right? I'm not going to go clean up your mess. And she left, and then when I closed, I did 2 out of the 4 trash cans because they were overflowing. And that's another conversation we had, because she was like, well, you need to do the garbage cans because they're overflowing. And I was like, well, I did them the night before. I was like, I know I did the 4 trash cans the night before, and I know Dorothy kind of does it in between, like when we're doing a shift change. I was like, So again, I was like, does that mean you had the garbage cans overflowing for the entire day? I was like, I understand closing the garbage cans are my responsibility. I was like, but knowing that they're full, we're all supposed to do like a pump. I'm supposed to do the receipts on 7 and 8 or whatever. I was like, we need to divvy up the trash cans.
Hold on 1 second, Teddy. My puppies are like for me. Puppies! Come in! Oh, okay, they're fine.
It is war. The end of one.
Yeah, no.
The
So
road
I,
one's
I
lost.
was I got frustrated with Sarah, and I was like, listen, I know I'm supposed to do the garbage cans. I was like, so I'll do them when I can. I was like, but we're not supposed to have customers in the store when nobody's in there. I was like, people are keep coming in for coffee and beer. I was like, it's cold. I was like, it's hard to do all 4 trash cans, sweep the parking lot, come back in, serve the customers, stock the cooler, crush down cardboard, whilst also cleaning the cups for or the things for coffee, moving the rugs, mopping, sweeping, wiping the counter, and then finally counting all the paperwork, doing my till, locking up the store, and going home.
That's why, like, closing is really hard because you're gonna have to end up staying late. It's just,
Oh
it's
no, I refuse. I won't. It's because Sarah one night I was doing a bunch of stuff and I did what she asked me to do to make sure like I took care of what she wanted so she didn't have to do it in the morning. So I did everything that I was asked to, and then so I went home and in the morning I woke up to a text message and she was like, "You didn't do this." She's like, "Teddy, like I really need you to focus and I need you to work really hard at closing." She's like, "You've been slacking and this and that." And I was like, "Sarah, I was like, stop harassing me." I was like, you told me to do this, this, and that. I was like, I did those things. I was like, I can't do everything. I was like, if I had neglected those things you'd asked me to do and did the other thing, I was like, you still would have texted me in the morning about the stuff I forgot to do. I was like, and even though I did everything you asked of me, you're still texting me at 6 o'clock in the morning complaining about something I forgot. I was like, there's just no winning. And I was like, so stop. I was like, I'm trying my hardest. I was like, you can see on the cameras, I'm not on my phone as much. I'm going in the cooler. I'm taking the garbage out. I'm restocking. I'm putting out our inventory. I was like, yesterday, I was like, I did our shipment. I put out all the boxes and I marked it on the paperwork and I put our tobacco away and our vapes and all our other stuff. I was like, but I forgot one thing and you're texting me at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know I'm not awake. And she's like, well, these are things you need to know. And I was like, okay, cool. Text me at 10 or 11 when I'm up. I was like, there's no reason for you to message me that early. I was like, that's ridiculous. And she told me and she was like, well, you called me at 6 o'clock in the morning. She's like, you called me early in the morning when you were opening. And I was like, you're my manager. You knew what I was supposed to be doing. That's different. And she's like, how's it different? And I was like, there's nothing that I could tell you about opening or closing or working that you don't already know. And she was like, yeah, okay. She's like, that's true. She's like, that's fair. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you can text me at 10 o'clock saying, hey, you forgot to do this. I'd appreciate it if you didn't forget it again. I was like, but 6 o'clock in the morning, sending me 2, 3 text messages or trying to call me about something. I was like, no, I'm just not going to answer. And she was like, well, why not? And I was like, you don't pay me enough for that. I was like, I make minimum wage. I make 16 an hour. And I was like, you also treat me like a child. I was like, you punish me for things everybody else is doing, and nobody else seems to get in trouble for it. I was like, I don't appreciate that. And then I told her, I was like, I also don't like how Dan spoke to me in the group chat. And I was like, I also don't know how to, I was like, no offense, Sarah. I was like, I don't know how to feel about the fact that you accused me of taking $25 on payday. And she was like, well, I wasn't serious about it. I was like, it doesn't matter if you were serious or not. Now Hardy thinks I'm Hardy's got an idea in his head in the background that I could potentially be stealing.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm not. I was like, why would I take $25 when I got an $800 paycheck that same day? I was like, that literally makes no sense.
Yeah.
She was like, Teddy, I don't want to do this. She's like, I was just trying to cross my T's. And I was like, no, you weren't. You knew what you were doing. And so, like, yeah, that's the story. And like, I'm sorry I went on a big old rant, but
No, I feel like I could be a person you could talk to this stuff about because I get it. Like, I've worked there. But I'm not in there all the time, and I'm not going to spread that around.
I just don't know why Cece would go to Dorothy and like everybody and say that I'm a snitch and I tell Sarah everything, and I don't. Sarah's actually like one of the people I talk to the least.
Yeah.
You know, like to me, in my opinion, Sarah's the man, and I don't like the man. Okay, like I don't like working for the man. Okay, why would I go and rat? That what the fuck?
I'm sorry, Teddy. That sounds hard.
So yeah, long story short, I told Sarah, I was like, if you want me to be a closer, because it got so bad, because Sarah asked me first, and I outright told her no. I was like, I'm not closing. Fucking Hardy texted me.
Really?
Yeah. You know it's serious if Hardy.
It's definitely, yeah.
So he texted me asking me to be a closer. And so I just told Sarah, I was like, I want 30 hours a week. I want this many days. If you're not going to give it to me, you need to go find yourself another closer. And like that was it. That was the entire text message. And so I got my 30 hours, but she didn't give me 5 days. She only gave me 4, but I get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So I'm not even complaining. I like that.
Right? That's pretty good.
All right. I got to call my girlfriend back. She's blowing my phone up.
Wait a second. Guess how old the guy I'm dating is?
35.
24.
Hey, that's my age.
I know, but isn't it so good?
It is, actually, though.
Very nice. He's very sweet to me. He preheats my like seat warmer before I get in the car.
He wants those buns warm.
Yeah.
All
Okay, but that's it. Call your girlfriend.
right.
Talk to you later.
It was cool talking. Peace out.
Yeah. Bye.
Sorry, Kennedy called me. Why is this not on speakerphone? Say something. There we go. She wanted to tell me a funny story about getting beat up. Yeah. Talking sideways to some kids and they jumped her. Not that I don't like Kennedy. I don't like Cece.
Hello?
Hello?
I had to use the bathroom, sorry.
You're good. Fucking these bugs up.
Let me
What
put
are
your
they
stream
attacking
back
us?
up.
We didn't do anything.
More will come.
They're killing everybody. Why?
Did you say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
What?
Another cipher piece.
I really spent 48 minutes on the character select.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's funny.
At least we're getting closer to the light.
Okay, hold up. Let me move myself a little bit.
I was gonna say, you're kind of like... Like, do you see how I've positioned myself?
Yeah.
Wait, is that Sindri?
When the compass turns gold, an objective is somewhere in the area. Search the area for clues.
Atreus, to me.
Okay, I'm coming. Boat's free.
Cool. The stream look okay?
I think so.
Okay.
here before us, dwarf. We were told our path was the only one between realms.
Well, it may be the only way for you to travel, but we dwarves are full of surprises.
That is not an answer.
Hang on to that sense of wonder. There's so little mystery once you've amassed the wealth of arcane knowledge that I have. Where to comb the realms for exotic resources, how to craft them into creations that defy imagination. To the novice, I'm sure it all seems like magic, but... oh, all right. It's magic. Are you happy now?
Did you really make that axe for my mother?
Oh, I'd recognize it anywhere. Ask me. It's one of our best. Infused with the echoing screams of 20 frost trolls. Give or take.
But why her? How did you know her?
She sought us out in the beginning. She was a special woman. She wanted to protect people. I suppose we thought it was a chance to give power to someone who'd use it for good. She even spoke our native tongue. She'd say, Madurin sem Gengur, egen vigum Hans.
Gengur I.
That's right. That's impressive. I see a lot of her in your eyes. You know?
Thanks, Sindri.
Don't touch me.
What? I didn't. I won't. I'll come back later.
I'm feeling creative today. Anything you need, young sir. Thank you for being an appropriate size.
Okay, let's continue going up. I don't have a torch
And
with me,
back to you.
unfortunately. I'm gonna go grab that copper right there. Yep.
And what can I do for you? Where were you even carrying those? Now, there is something else to tell you.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Okay. Climb the ladder. Making my way downtown, walking fast, pacing past, and I'm homebound. Ba-na-na-na-na-no, the coal, iron, and iron ingot. Need the stone one. Shoot. And then put all the stone on there. Got a wood pallet.
Hello?
Hello.
My dick fell off.
Be careful where you're going.
Um,
There's nobody nice.
what time are
around
you
here
hopping
anymore
off?
Since all the people left. I mean, I hate to generalize, but
Probably like 2 o'clock.
mostly they just try to kill you.
Okay.
Good tip.
Maybe 2, 3 o'clock. Yeah. I got work.
What time
at
do you
4.
work?
4.
Oh, okay.
I know it's not my business, but if I were you, I'd wash off that symbol painted on your neck.
We were told it would help protect us. Was
Alright,
that
then
a
I'll hop
lie?
off it too as well.
No, it's a protection stave, all right, but you can't render that pigment into paintable texture without blending it with boar urine.
Sorry.
And
Say that again.
Is that really better than death?
Maybe a little.
Well,
Mark.
Well, it's your neck.
No, I was just saying because my friend Mikey he needs me to go to the dispensary for him, and then he wants to
So
smoke.
what brings you around?
You can go hang out,
friends?
bro. I'm gonna just. play
Nah,
a game.
nah, because I told him that I was playing a game with you, and he was like, okay, so what time should I slide through?
It's up to you, big dog. No, I'm not tripping
Probably
about it.
shouldn't let my brother lay his hands on it again, but if he does, tell him to temper his steel longer. He's warping the bit work. If you're not in a hurry.
Sindri, have you always been so...
Clean? Huh. Don't I wish. No, I was just as unsanitary as the next dwarf until the day a Vanir witch set me straight. She discovered with her magic there are hundreds of thousands of tiny beasties on everything around us. Oh, so small you can't even see them.
No.
Bro, they used magic to
true.
detect
And
bacteria.
if they get inside you, they make you sick. But the witch told me there's one wood, the oak, that's a natural deterrent. Stops the beasties from spreading. So now, I make all my handles from oak. See? I think of these things. Okay, back to work.
So how come Brock's blue and you're not?
Boy,
Oh, it's fine. Very good question, actually. You see, my brother's not as careful as I am. In fact, he prefers to work with metals using his own bare hands. Ugh. No gloves. Says it's the only way he can hear what it wants to be. Touch enough raw silver and it changes your skin irreparably. That means forever. I wouldn't bring it up to him, though. You know how sensitive he can be.
I guess that makes sense.
Yes, listen, Mikey's a homie.
Why?
Because listen, this dude, he's 19, okay? Turning 20. But this dude will literally go, oh, nah. He just hit me. He goes, nah. He's like, you're playing with your fam. He was like, go ahead and enjoy the time with your bro. He's like, because I don't really get to play with my bro a whole lot. He goes,
What'd you say?
I got something to do at
I said
150. He
nothing.
goes, but that something is, he goes, you remember we went to West Side? And I was like,
Okay.
yeah. He's like, I just got to put that application in today. He goes, and they might start me today. He goes, so I might be able to hit you up later. And I go, yeah, bro. I was like, I can go for you. It's just right now I'm playing the
Did your
game, and I
mother
don't really
speak
get to
of
do
this
that a
realm?
whole lot.
Not
He was like,
much.
okay, for sure. So he's just going to hit me up
Just that
later if
since
he
the
still
elves
wants
were
to
always
go.
fighting over the light,
Okay.
they kept them isolated.
No, I've got despair. Torch.
Huh?
again, I said nothing.
Weird. Could have sworn you said something.
What is it, boy?
Voices! You don't hear that?
I hear nothing.
It's going away now. It was screaming. Lots of voices. Angry. You really didn't hear that?
No.
It felt... evil.
Need 2 more elven wood.
Atreus, a schizophrenic.
Is he?
No, he's not. He's just hearing some shit.
And he's like, hey, the voices.
And he's got a big ass scar on his left eye.
Look! Should we try talking to them?
Yeah.
No.
But maybe they need help.
You don't remember?
They do not stop us.
No.
So they do not concern us.
But
They
maybe...
do not
Bitch.
concern us.
take that like that. Yeah. Can't do this. I can't do this. Oh no, I can't believe
Must
you've
be
done
the Lee
this.
Temple.
Okay, so I'm gonna work on making an oven next, and then a brew kettle.
Game looking nice.
It's sad the
Oh,
elves
that's
can't
right. I
let
gotta put
things
your
out.
stream back up after texting this
Alphon's
dude.
such a beautiful place, but the blue door. That's gotta be the entrance. Let's go.
Careful, boy.
What are they doing? The bridge is gone.
How does your
What are they
camera?
supposed to do with that stuff? Why?
It looks like
To
it's like
prevent reinforcements.
clear. Like it's perfectly outlined you. Is it just better lighting?
I don't know. Do you? Okay, my question is when you use the background removal, do you do quality or performance?
I do quality.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know.
It might be it's just because it's dark in my room.
I mean, it's dark in my room, bro.
But you seem to have some sort of light source
I
on the
have
front of you.
my Govee strip in front of me, and then I mean, like my monitor is really bright, bro. Like that's about it. I don't have
Yeah,
like. an
see, like
extra
if I do this, see?
Hold on. I'm like in combat. Let me pause the game.
Dude, Atreus is so tiny.
He really is, though. Yours looks pretty clean too. What are you talking about?
Well, now, but like this is what I was dealing with. Watch. Let me. See?
It's probably because you're in the dark.
I'm in dark.
What's it called? Bro. I just kicked him.
Hey, okay, so
Stacking up the resources.
Thing.
Focus up.
Eat that real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can get some flour for a bowl.
Okay.
Need more time. What is their problem with us?
We do not belong here.
Wait. elves look like a room. It doesn't make sense.
Come, back to the boat.
What's that? It's sad the elves can't work things out. Alfheim's such a beautiful place, but war makes it ugly.
You see with the eyes of a child. Enough. Stories are for the boat.
Father, the pillars and ring form an elvish rune.
They do. They make a rune.
What does it ask?
Without me or within me, death is sure. Yet within you, I am life most pure. Yep, it's water, all right.
Boy!
It was the voices again, but different voices. Less angry. They were asking for help.
We are here for the light. I do not care who they are, nor what they want.
You never care about anything.
You have something to say?
No. Luger.
Of course, when I fucking leave,
Whoa!
What?
Look what we found!
I get a horde attack. They're I
Father?
Yes.
just fucked up all
the
my
voices I
shit.
heard. It was hard to
Damn.
make out, but way in the back I'm pretty sure I heard Mother.
That is not possible.
But I know
Ringed
what I heard.
Atreus,
Temple
enough.
Trench.
He looks different. Look at those horns.
Behind me, boy.
That can't be good.
Crack that motherfucker in his little bug dome. Stupid motherfucker. Ugh. He's dead.
That's fucking dumb, dude. They destroyed everything.
They're dead.
Stay away from those cages.
Wonder why they're locked up.
Be ready.
What?
Got it. Okay.
Hope that was worth it.
Atreus, to me.
Steals the Infinity Gauntlet. However, Thanos knocks him off his board, and in that split second, Impossible Man snags the gauntlet. Eternity, Galactus, and the other cosmic entities immediately show up before he can use it. So Impossible Man turns into Nightcrawler and escapes with Silver Surfer. To prove that he's capable of using the gauntlet for good, Impossible Man recreates the Surfer's gauntlet and reunites him with his former lover. This causes the Silver Shell to melt off, reverting normal to his old humanity. But he later gets a message from Galactus saying that Impossible Man has gone mad. To his silvery undercover, brought in to take you down.
Think that side hallway will get us to the temple?
We will find out.
Up anymore? I'm with that.
You're gonna turn down $32,500 a year before taxes, 3 unpaid vacation days, and a bankrupt pension plan, and what? Run off with $100 million scot-free? Live on an exotic beach, raise your baby with a beautiful woman?
Well, yeah. I know that. Damn it. About 3 people think of American. We think being that. No wonder you're
Okay.
what it
Tricky.
is.
Very tricky.
Wish you wouldn't do that. About 3 people think of American. We humans think being that. No wonder you're. Are you serious? What it is. On a ring with him. Have you had it long? Oh, not too long. Don't think. What do you watch back? Wait, well, that's gone. You can't. It's gone now. Did you have a receipt? Done. Don't yell at me. You'll get me sacked for support like that. Yeah.
Got that shit. Figured it out.
Right.
Jimmy. I just trapped Atreus. Oh, he just spawns back. Okay.
You were wrong back there.
Oh,
I know Mother's voice better than anyone. It was her.
she is gone, boy. Speak no more of this.
Fine.
Hold on, boy! Fight! Run, boy!
No way across here. Thanks.
I will have 3 days off.
sure the witch is okay? I'd hate to think she died helping us.
She knew what she was doing.
Okay. Ugh, more of it.
If we cut enough away, the bridge above us should reappear.
Right.
Expect resistance.
Right.
Hey, you there?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If it's 10 o'clock in the morning, okay, 10 o'clock in the morning, that's important, okay? It's not 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's not 2 or 3, you know. 10 o'clock in the morning. And you meet someone and they say that for a first date they want to go to Starbucks. Is that or is that not like an okay thing?
I think it is.
Like if the dude says, okay, well it's 10 in the morning and you want to go on a date now, fine, let's go have coffee and like a snack or something, you know, at Starbucks. That's you think that's fine, right? Like you think
Yeah.
that the girl would be like, okay, cool. Dude, I just watched a video of a girl complaining because the dude was just gonna take her to Starbucks. Quote unquote, he wasn't gonna take her to some other place, like an actual, quote unquote, so you're not gonna take me on an actual date, you're just gonna take me to Starbucks?
That's dumb.
And she was like, well, if you've got money like that, then why are we just going to Starbucks? Starbucks is not a date.
Yes, the fuck it is.
And I'm sorry, I'm looking at the setting. Bro, it's early as fuck in the morning. They're like, she's like wanting like a dinner? Or something? Or like what?
I don't know.
And so he was like, no, we're gonna be done. He's like, I'm gonna take you back home. We're not even gonna do a date since you got all these men that could just take you out, right? And she goes, well, I just have never met a man, a grown man who's got money who says let's go to Starbucks. He goes, you know what? I'm gonna do you one better. Since you got all these men that could just pick you up whenever, he's like, I'm gonna just you get out right now. And he was like, you're trying to put me on blast and everything. She's like, how am I trying to put you on blast? He's like, you got your phone out recording. He goes, what?
She is, though.
Well, there it is. Freezing at first. Smart.
Bro, so many fucking wolves on this map.
That did it. We brought the main bridge
Fuck,
back.
man.
We must find a way up.
you a kiss, bitch.
Where to get different beds? Lord Lord of Rings, Moria.
Huh. Guess the light makes more than bridges. Maybe this will spit us out on top. Look! The blue door! We made it! You know, I will never get used to walking on solid light.
The door. There's no seam.
What?
We have a problem. These doors do not open.
Hello? I don't get it. Why even have a door then? Hello?
Come, we will find another way in. More of those bells.
A Nornir chest must be nearby.
Okay, so let me see here.
Huh?
Maximum overdrive.
The dwarf again.
Sindri? Hey,
This way.
hey, Sindri. Could you take a look at this?
Honestly?
Alright, that's it. I'm gonna be taking